It's not particularly live each and every time that is kicked. Big break here for Swainsboro.
Dave Reynolds with us. Dave, explain what happened there.
Yeah, the rule is the ball has to be grounded prior to a member of the kicking team possessing the ball. So since that poop kick was still in the air, kicking team ran under it, touched it, catch the ball. That's kick-catch interference in high school.
So it is not a re-kick. It's a penalty, and Swainsboro takes over at the Prince Avenue 46-yard line. Quarterback keeper Ty Adams gets hit in the backfield right away by Uriah Howard, who we talked about just a few moments ago. Ty Adams, that's his passing yardage. He doesn't do a lot of that. 452 for 8 touchdowns, no interceptions, 50%. He missed 5 games this season with a broken collarbone, and that's when they started using DeMello Jones at quarterback. And when Ty came back, they just kept using the both of them. Handoff, Quinn Brown. He's going to get hit right away at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job right there by Mason During, the will linebacker right there, the senior coming up, getting penetration, making that play.
Starting lineup, the region's starting lineup, Phillips, Jackson, Palmer, Blunt, and Harris up front. And then the running back is Brown. And the wide receivers, Deloach, Webb, Jones, and Nobles.
Nice challenge for this offensive line tonight, sticking on blocks. You came in this game, your style is to run it, and that's what you're going to have to do to have success.
Adams throws to the far sideline. It's caught by Jones out there in space, and Jones will be dropped at the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 3.
Nice job right there by Ethan Christian, coming up, making that play when you can bring a guy like DeMello Jones down short of the sticks. Good throw right there by Ty Adams, and that's what you want to do, get Jones out in space. Nice job there by number 2 making that play, and you can see Ty Adams in this offense staying out here to keep the ball. That's what they want to do. They believe that they can run the ball, convert on 3rd and 4th and short, and here they are already early in the game.
4th and 3 from the 39. Keeper DeMello Jones going to run it to the 34-yard line and pick up the 1st down.
Always so hard to defend the quarterback running here. Good job pulling there by the right guard and right tackle, Harris and Blunt. And you can just see the speed right there of Ty Adams. When he sees that hole, he attacks the line of scrimmage.
It was DeMello Jones that ran the ball.
Excuse me, DeMello Jones right there.
So they've already done the quarterback swap here on the opening series. DeMello Jones stays in there to take the snap. Gonna run it again, coming to the near side, looking for a block. In trouble way back at the 45-yard line, and a big TFL for the Prince Avenue defense. 11-yard loss as we take a look at the Regions Bank starting lineup for the Wolverines up front. That's Uriah Howard. Bubba starts on the offensive line. Walden and Garrett up front. Heelan, McCormick, During, and Zitrower. And in the secondary, Christian, Leverett, Britt, and Carty.
Nice tackle there by Josh Britt. And that's what this Swainsboro offense has to stay out of. They can't take those negative plays.
2nd down. Adams sprints out to his right, gonna run it. Takes off inside the 30. Look at that speed. There he goes. 45-yard touchdown run for Ty Adams. Swainsboro on the board.
Not sure which leg of the 4x100 that Ty Adams runs, but right here, great job. Pump fake, didn't like the route. And then here's the UNC athletic ability and speed. No one in the picture. No one's going to catch him.
Wow.
Which leg is it? 2nd, 3rd?
The fastest
the
one.
Fastest?
The fastest leg. Landon Scott with the PAT. Swainsboro has a 7-0 lead. I was having flashbacks of Michael Vick versus the Minnesota Vikings in overtime right there.
Just great job, pump fake, trying to get the slant, not really comfortable with doing it. And here, this is what you're afraid of if you're Prince Avenue. Number 2, number 1, out in space. Nice job getting to the corner, and it's just about the speed here.
Holy mackerel.
It's flat out, can you catch me kind of speed. As you can tell, he didn't check his rear view or anything. He just saw the end zone and scored a big touchdown to start the game.
He hit that turbocharge button, and there he goes. So Ty Adams committed to North Carolina. Region Player of the Year last year. Like we said, he missed 5 games this year. That kind of opened up the door for this offense to get even more explosive because they discovered DeMello Jones as a quarterback too.
Got some guys, some reps like Bryson Tarver, Jordan Williams, Quinn Brown.
Kick coming down to Christian at the 11-yard line. Ethan Christian going to get tagged at the 13. Great open field tackle by Swainsboro and Jaliris Williams.
Williams right there. You can see the speed, the closing speed right there to bring down Christian, Ethan Christian.
I'm starting to think, Wayne, that they're all fast. All of them are fast.
I guess he's on the 2nd unit of the track team, maybe.
So Prince Avenue going on offense for the first time. That's Keon Rogers, the running back, who went in motion. And the tight end, number 17, Nick Hurley, in motion as well. Philo stands in the pocket, delivers a strike downfield at the 28-yard line. And that is Josh Britt, another one of the 4 players who started as sophomores on the 2020 state championship team.
Great job of protection. This play takes a long time. Good footwork there in the pocket by Philo to find Britt.
Keon Rogers on the run. He gets about 2 yards before being driven back. Gage Coxwell in on that tackle for the Tigers. Coach Vandegrift told us this is the first time they've had an offensive lineman where they felt like they could go match up and play 3 and 4A teams. Stands in the pocket, delivers downfield. There he goes. That is Bailey Stockton. Welcome back, young man.
Bailey Stockton, the big play, deep threat receiver of this team, playing with a bruised collarbone. Right here running this route, just a post route here on Ty Adams, catching Ty Adams looking in the backfield, showing speed of his own, as we talked about, has that 4.4 speed. What a big time play. He wanted to play, his coach put it in, making a big play on the first drive of the game for a touchdown.
69 yards for the score as Cameron Owens sticks it through the uprights. And what a start we are off to in Atlanta. Bailey Stockton, remarkable story. We're tied at 7.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to be safe on every trip. Buckle up, Georgia.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your best, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Cigna is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna's mission is to improve the health, well-being, and peace of mind of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being.
You'll have to have your head on a swivel when you're watching Swainsboro tonight. That's because 4 of their best players, Matt, you mentioned it earlier, they're part of a school record-breaking 4x100 relay team, and it makes up DeMello Jones, Jordan Williams, Quinn Brown, and Ty Adams. You saw them turn on the heat earlier in the game, and I don't think they're going to slow down any time for the remainder of this game, Matt.
Yeah, and Bailey Stockman just took the baton right out of their hand and raced into the end zone to tie the game.
Great job, both teams scoring in the manners we thought they would. Starting off Swainsboro running the long touchdown, and then the air raid of Prince Avenue airing it out to Bailey Stockton.
7-7 here in the first 4.5 minutes of the game. A 45-yard touchdown run by Ty Adams, a 69-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Philo to Bailey Stockton. Fair catch is made at the 35-yard line by Jakari Nobles, and that's where Swainsboro will put the ball in play for the second time tonight.
That time, Nobles fair catching the ball, coming up and taking the ball. We saw him that first time he let the ball hit the ground. Fortunate for him, his team was able to get the ball back based on the rules. But Bailey Stockton, what a big-time player, and what big heart he's taking the field with tonight for his team.
He's been offered by Arkansas State, Army, and New Hampshire. 1st and 10. Quinn Brown races up to the 46-yard line and has a first down before being tackled by Uriah Howard.
Good job in the middle of that offensive line. Palmer, Jackson, Blunt. As you can see, Brown able to run about 4 or 5 yards before even making contact with the defense. Quinn Brown, only a sophomore. He's listed as the fastest of the 4 on the track team. So you know what he could do if he could just get a little hole in the middle of that defense.
Over 1,100 yards rushing this season. Keeper, DeMello Jones trying to get outside and not going to be able to, as Josh Britt comes from his rover position to make the tackle.
A little counterplay here up front. Blunt Harris pulling, keeping the ball right there is DeMello Jones. And the thing sometimes when you have the talent that DeMello Jones possesses, as we saw with that big loss in that first drive, sometimes you got to continue to go with your reads. 2 defenders outside, you got to hand that ball off.
2nd down and 9. Ball sitting on the 47. Quinn Brown handoff. Quinn Brown, nice defensive play. Linebacker Mac Bradley stopping him in his tracks, and now it's going to be 3rd down. And Wayne, let's take a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by Breda Pest Management.
For Swainsboro on offense, control the football. This offensive line has to control the line of scrimmage. They got to stay out of negative plays. And for Prince Avenue on the other side, adjusting to the speed, as we can see already with Adams and Jones. His big-time speed of Swainsboro is just hard to adjust to. Can they do that early enough to stop this run game?
3rd down, quarterback keeper again, another first down. This time it's DeMello Jones again to the 40-yard line.
And Matt, it sounds easy when you talk about adjusting to speed. You go to practice, and hopefully you have somebody on your scout team that can give you that look. But when you're talking about team speed in each position with these Tarver, Williams, Brown, Adams, Jones, there's 5 or 6 guys offensively that just has that track speed. And right now, Prince Avenue has no answers for it.
Keon Rogers is the guy that tried to emulate that speed in practice this week for Prince Avenue. Quinn Brown again going to get wrapped up there by Christian Garrett. Garrett, number 55, making the tackle for the Wolverines.
Big body inside, 6'4", 255, getting off the block right there, as you could see, of Palmer, the center, to make that play. His coach talks about sometimes Garrett can be dominant. Only a sophomore. When you look at that size, 6'4", 255, he's going to be trouble in the state and in this region.
They feel he's going to be a big-time prospect. He took a visit to Georgia Southern. They offered him on the spot. Second down. DeMello Jones coming to the short side. And again, gang tackling by the Wolverines at the 41-yard line. Josh Britt, again, leading the charge for the Wolverines.
Good job of containing, as you can see, the white jerseys, keeping that outside shoulder free, letting Britt come up from that rover position to make that play. That's what Swainsboro is going to continue. They're going to test your edges with their speed, running that zone outside play with a variety of running backs. Jones, Adams, Brown. Good job of the defense, keeping their rush lanes and letting Britt make that play.
Coach Vandegrift told us that Josh Britt had the two biggest hits, best hits he's seen at safety in his last 20 years of coaching. And again, Quinn Brown gets stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. Jackson Zittrower, the bandit, making the tackle.
Zittrower right there coming down the line of scrimmage to make that play. You got to rally to the ball. These white jerseys have to continue to pursue the ball. They can't just rely on one guy to make the play. That time Zittrower coming down the line, making a big play for his team.
Strong kid, benches 300, squats 400. It's 4th down and 7. Swainsboro keeps the offense out there. Pass is complete at the 30-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down. Ball goes to LaMarcus Webb, and it is going to be a first down.
Nice job throwing the ball right here. Ty Adams, little stop route by Webb. And then the second effort by Webb is what creates that first down. Got caught short of the sticks there by Britt, but Webb able to drive those legs and get that big first down on a 4th down.
That is the second 4th down conversion for Swainsboro in this first quarter. Quinn Brown. Howard in on that tackle again.
Howard, Garrett once again, 55, doing a great job shedding the block. How about Uriah Howard right there, the big dog of the defense. Asked his coach, could he change numbers? Went from 77 to 1. I guess that he was letting his coach know he was time to shine and make big plays.
Now you see Greg Vandegrift, outstanding record since taking over this Wolverines program. 82-11 in his 7th season with the state championship. Trying to get another one here tonight. Right up the middle, Ty Adams. Lightning strikes twice.
We talked about, can this Prince Avenue team adjust to the speed? Nice block here by number 8. You can see Gerard Stewart with the crack block right there in the middle. Little wham block to open up that hole for Ty Adams.
27-yard touchdown run. And the PAT is up and good. Landon Scott converts. Ty Adams here in the first quarter, a 45 and a 27-yard touchdown run to put the Tigers on top 14-7.
No counter pull there by Jackson and big block there by Gerard Stewart. Watch number 8 right here with that wham block right there to spring him free. Not able to get back into play is Britt. When you talk about that kind of speed, and Ty Adams and DeMello Jones, you cannot allow them to attack the line of scrimmage. You're not going to catch them if you don't get some kind of penetration.
Yeah, Coach Vandegrift been watching film on this Swainsboro team. He says it's amazing. Everybody seems shocked when Ty Adams and DeMello Jones just run right by him. He says it's going to happen to us tonight. We got to score at least 35 points to win this game because we know they're going to have at least 2 big runs on us, and it's happened here in the first quarter. Kick coming down at the 14-yard line for Christian. And Ethan Christian up to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Wolverines go on offense for the second time. Now the Wolverines very quick on offense. They were able to cash it in the first time they were on offense with the big strike from Philo to Bailey Stockton.
Definitely have the offense where they can get down the field fast. Comes into this game 42 points a game offensively, so they can put points on the board.
Now Swainsboro defense might have been a little bit shocked by Stockton being on the field. You see Philo named GPB All-State this year along with his teammate Bailey Stockton. So 1st and 10. Quick fire goes to Stockton right across the middle. And he's got an amazing range of motion for a guy with plates in his collarbone.
And right here on this little slant, you can kind of see, I think you get that feel on that play that maybe that off arm is bothering him a little bit. Tried to go up and grab it with one hand, but his impact has already been felt on this field, and Aaron Philo is definitely okay throwing him the ball.
Going to throw the ball in traffic to Ethan Christian, trying to run a bubble screen. Tunnel screen right there, and it's incomplete. 3rd and 10. What I was going to say was Swainsboro probably a little shocked, maybe did not know who number 24 was, Bailey Stockton, wore number 4 the entire season. But when he suffered a broken collarbone, they had to cut his number 4 jersey right up the middle to get it off to treat him, and they haven't been able to replace it. So he's wearing 24 tonight.
We have encroachment. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
What a warrior this young man right here, Bailey Stockton, is showing tonight. The numbers he put up, especially with the games he missed this season, just impressive. But show the heart to come out here for his team. Trust me, those other players are feeding off his energy.
Philo got a rush, going to get it out of there, going for Stockton again. And it's broken up this time. Jakari Noble's back there to break it up. Stockton had to wait on it a little bit.
You're right, Matt, right here. Having to change his feet to get this ball out. A nice job there by Nobles, just sticking that hand. Double moves, little stop and go there by Stockton, and had to wait on the ball. And that little hesitation of being able to get the ball out by Philo gave Nobles a chance to get back into that play. Or Bailey Stockton might have another touchdown on the board for his team.
Tyler Denny on the punt. Stockton was also their punter until the injury, and this one is partially blocked. He does get it downfield. Let's see where the officials are going to spot it out of bounds. There is a flag down 2 as the ball is out at the 50.
Jairus Williams, number 21, comes in. Great job by him, and I think his team really feels like he got a piece of that ball.
It looked like he did. Would have to go back and see the replay, and of course the officials don't have the benefit of that. They're discussing it right now. I would think a lot of times, let's bring Dave Reynolds in here, I would think a lot of times from an official standpoint, they're listening for whether there was contact with the ball. Is that part of the equation?
We have rough ticket, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So this is going to be a 15-yard roughing penalty on Swainsboro, and Prince Avenue is going to keep the ball. Tell us what you see here, Dave.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell on that replay if the ball was tipped or not. Again, if the ball is tipped, then we're going to say that we're not going to have roughing, but if we don't have the ball tipped,
right,
that's clearly roughing the kicker on the back 1st down.
It was hard to, you can see Coach Roberts pointing at the big board there, and even with the big board, it was hard to tell. Maybe got it with his fingertips, hard to tell. But the penalty goes in Prince Avenue's favor at the 45-yard line. And Keon Rogers, man, he took a hit from Nobles. after picking up about 4 on the play.
Jakari Nobles, a dude. When you get that label of a dude from your coach, a guy that's just a great football player, the alpha of this defense, especially on that back end, coming up, making a big hit. You really feel like Prince Avenue, they're going to have to get something running the ball. This defense, with the speed that they have, they can match up with their receiving, passing the ball.
Rodgers, and there's Janorian Foots.
The thumper in the middle, pick number 6. The senior, 6 feet, 200, coming off the edge. He's not letting anything run tonight right there. Big fella taking on Keon Rodgers, bringing him down for his 17th tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Coach Roberts says college coach is starting to figure him out. He's going to bring the wood. That's going to be the final play of the quarter. Wow, what a quarter, Wayne. I mean, they didn't start slow. They came out swinging. They came out of the corner and were swinging when they met in the middle. Love it. 1 quarter done. Swainsboro leads 14-7.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Cigna. Together all the way. Cigna is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna's mission is to improve the health, well-being, and peace of mind of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being.
Every game day celebration, every championship title begins here with hours of unseen work. As part of our commitment to education, Georgia's EMCs support the young athletes who play high school sports in the communities we serve. Empowering talent with scholarships, honoring sportsmanship, saluting the game changers. When we champion the energy behind the scenes, they can step into their future and shine. Georgia's EMCs, official energy provider of the GHSA.
Commute with confidence. Express can take you to and from work. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. More information at expressga.com. A proud supporter of high school athletics.
Respect. It's more than a word. In the U.S. Army, respect is earned every day. Now, in addition to earning respect, you may qualify for more. Information at goarmy.com/bonus or 800 USA Army. Paid for by the U.S. Army.
Glorious night in downtown Atlanta as we start the second quarter. Swainsboro on top of Prince Avenue, 14-7. Buckle up, Georgia. Better buckle up watching at home. Might fly right off your sofa after what we saw there in the first quarter. Wayne, let's take a look at your keys to the game. When Prince has the ball, it's brought to you by Breda Pest Management.
Prince Avenue and his offense, you really want to get into an up-tempo against Swainsboro. This defense is great, but it's not used to being on the field. Right now, you got to pick up that tempo. And for Swainsboro, if they could just limit the big play. We saw early on Bailey Stockton with the big play down the field. They have to make this Prince Avenue offense earn it, make them walk you down the field and not give it up in one big chunk.
3rd down and 8. Philo, rush coming from the backside, throws, it's complete, and a first down at the 44-yard line. Ethan Christian making his first catch of the game.
Nice job here by Christian, finding the sticks, a little rollout here, going through his route tree right there and finding Christian for that big first down.
1st and 10 at the 44. We've already had 6 plays of 10-plus yards, 4 for Swainsboro, 2 for Prince Ave. Right up the middle. First carry of the game for Peyton Talmadge.
Got to keep this defense honest. Nice job with the offensive line. Little draw right there with Talmadge driving the legs. They don't run the ball a lot, but those are the kinds of plays when they get that soft box, they're going to have to dominate at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 1. Play action. Philo going up top for Stockton, and he cannot haul it in with one hand. Very tight coverage back there by Jakari Nobles again, I believe.
Just giving his big play receiver a chance down the field. Stockton running step for step. 50-50 ball there with Dorian Foots. And you take those odds if you're Prince Avenue with Bailey Stockton in that one-on-one battle trying to come up with the 50-50 ball.
Yeah, that was Dorian Foots on the coverage. Now it's 3rd down and 1. Christian in motion. And a whistle on the handoff to Talmadge.
We have false start offense.
So 3rd and 1 just became 3rd and 6.
Get the field, Prince Avenue. They're in 4-down territory. They maybe work and get this ball. Right now, the groove that Swainsboro is in. Don't necessarily have to get it all on this one play. Can the offensive line hold up in protection?
Philo guns and intercepted at the 39-yard line. Picked off by Jakari Nobles.
Jakari Nobles, the alpha dog. Football IQ. Watch the break here by 18 on this route. Great job breaking in front of Bailey Stockton. Once again, just a little slant route. Breaking on the ball is Nobles. What a big time play he's made right there.
Second interception of the season for Nobles. Just the 8th time this year that Philo has been picked off. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 40. Ball is fumbled. They have a 3rd quarterback in there. First time we've seen Bryson Tarver back there to take the snaps.
Big break right here by Swainsboro. Tarver, not a bad snap. A little low, but not anything that he couldn't grab. Big break there, getting on the ball, Glenn Brown.
So 2nd down and 15 now. Tarver takes the direct snap, gets dragged down right away. Great pursuit. Zit Trower in on that tackle for the Wolverines.
And Matt, I've played a lot of football, played a lot of snaps. Not sure that I've ever seen a rotation at quarterback like Swainsboro. And yeah, played 3 or 4 guys at quarterback in the first quarter and a quarter and 2 minutes into the game.
And not because the other one's not doing well. They just got that rotation going. Like Coach Roberts said, they run outside zone with 4 different guys. Every one of them looks different. Adams back in there at quarterback. He's being chased. He's dodging tackles. Spinning up to the 41. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. This should be a punting situation for the Tigers.
Good job right here. Trying to go downfield. A Webb didn't like the route. We saw him improvise earlier and score a touchdown. This time the white jerseys, Durning, and those white jerseys hustling to the ball to get him down.
So Gerard Stewart is going to punt. He's also the Mike linebacker, and he stands at the 26 to kick. And Riley Carty is standing deep for the Wolverines. A heavy rush. He gets it out of there, and it kicks away from Carty, and it's going to be down at the 22-yard line. And that's where the Wolverines go on offense. A 37-yard punt by Stewart.
Good defensive stand there by Prince Avenue. Big interception by Jakari Nobles. You felt like the momentum was starting to side with Swainsboro, and the defense goes out, does a great job, get them in 3rd and long. That's how you have to try to get this offense, get the ball back to Aaron Philo.
Prince had to dodge turnovers in their quarterfinal win against Metter, and also in their semifinal win against St. Francis. 2 of their closest games of the season. Other than that, they pretty much steamrolled the competition this year. Philo to the air and over the head of Britt. DeMello Jones running on coverage.
Little busted coverage there by DeMello Jones, letting Britt sneak down the field. Just missing him here is Philo. Got lost in the zone. You can see just overthrowing him. Jones able to run back because of his speed and get into play, but right there, missed opportunity for the Wolverines.
Philo throws a pretty ball, over 4,100 yards passing this season. Over 69% completion rate. They're going to go to Stockton right there on the screen, and he scoots out of bounds.
What a warrior Stockton. Can't talk enough. You imagine coming in this game and maybe running some plays down the field, but the run screens, nice job of protecting himself, getting out of bounds, get what he can and get out of bounds. But you can expect the plays down the field, but plays where he might have to physically take hits, he's still willing to endure that and make plays for his team.
We told you about the offers, scholarship offers he has. He has a preferred walk-on offer from the University of Georgia. 3rd down. Philo lobs it up top, trying to connect with his tight end Nick Hurley, who was turned the wrong way, or the pass went the wrong way, one or the other. And now it's going to be 4th down.
Tigers defense bringing the pressure this time, slanting, bringing Janarian Foots off of the edge. Had to throw that ball a little early. Couldn't wait on Nick Hurley down the middle of the field. Good job defensively. Changing it up, making Aaron Philo have to think.
Noble stands deep to take the kick. He's back at the 42. And Denny stands at the 15 to kick. No rush. High ball. Noble's fair caught with a man in his face at the 38. 35-yard kick. Ball goes back to the Tigers when we get back.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign. Celebrate life. Live drug-free. DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is about all Georgians standing together for substance abuse prevention. Celebrate life. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org.
Hi, I'm Tommy Sharp with You Save It Pharmacy, and I'm proud to present to you this week's You Save It Pharmacy Student Athlete of the Week.
When you look at a kid that just unbelievable character and where he's come from and what he's done with his life, and it's just an unbelievable story.
I want to be known as a person that you could talk to, like that you could reach out and if you need help, I'll be there.
Caesar has a tremendous mom and dad.
I want to be like them, and I want to make it out of a tough time, working hard.
I hope you've enjoyed watching You Save It Pharmacy Student Athlete of the Week. If you'd like to watch our full interview, please follow this link.
And we're back at Georgia State at Center Park Stadium. We've got a foot race going on between Swainsboro and Prince Avenue. Now, only time will tell who's going to be crowned the state champion. But if I could crown a cheer champion, an energy champion, it is no doubt going to the Swainsboro Tigers. They have yet to sit down in their seats. The energy is unmatched. I can't hear myself think. And hey, for what it's worth, Prince Avenue Christian is only 50 miles away, but Swainsboro, they are 145 miles away. Matt Wayne, we all know this was an 8 p.m. kick. These guys, they showed up, they showed out. They're not going to miss a chance to be a state champion.
Yeah, it's been 22 years since they last won the state championship. Ray Von Teague was the head coach back in 2000 when they did. And Quinn Brown going backwards. Zitrower again on the tackle. He's had a busy first half.
Zitrower with the big-time penetration there. Howard also number one, but look at the penetration there by Zitrower. He's made some big plays up the field. Only listed at 175 pounds. They're playing big inside.
So 2nd and 14, another TFL for this Wolverines defense. Ty Adams breaks a tackle. You know what happens when he does that? You can kiss him goodbye.
We see you, young man. We see you. Taking over the game once again, improvising quarterback draw. Not sure if he is going to let his head coach, Scott Roberts, put anybody else back at quarterback again tonight. And showing you again the speed of the 4x100, breaking the tape for the touchdown. Ty Adams.
That is a 66-yard touchdown run. Amazing. And the kick is no good. And the score is 20-7. Ty Adams has touchdown runs of 45, 27, and 66 yards in the first 16 minutes of this game.
Good blocking by Dakota Blunt, the right guard. Quinn Brown, number 11, making a key block. And then it's just the speed right there. It's just a different kind of factor in this game. Once out in the open space, the three-star cornerback is shining right now with his 3rd rushing touchdown in the first half.
Wayne, you think he'll be able to cover wide receivers in the ACC?
I think so. I think he...
I think so, too. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
That is not the issue. Speed, 6 feet, got the height right there as well. Wow, what a first.
Think he might return some kicks?
Great job by that young man. We knew how explosive DeMello Jones, but right now Ty Adams is dominating this game with his improv ability out in the open space.
Kick is coming down at the 17-yard line. And that's Britt on the return up to the 35. And let's take a look at the Prince Avenue resume. State champions for the first time in 2020. In the state championship game for a 3rd consecutive season. They were here last year as well, although that was kind of a surprise to Coach Vandegrift. 137-21, the record since 2011. They've won 3 straight region championships and notable alumni. How about the entire Vandegrift family? Brock is a 5-star quarterback at Georgia. His sister, who just named the MVP of the softball team, Audrey, has signed to play softball at Alabama, and he's got another sister, Anna, who plays volleyball at Eastern Kentucky. They're a competitive family. Philo going to the air and broken up at the 25-yard line. Flag out. Stockton could not come up with it. Looks like he's kind of favoring that arm a little bit, but I don't know whether maybe he just burned it on the grass when he slid.
Stockton once again going deep, showing you his speed.
Defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Getting a step right there on Adams. Adams fighting to get back into play. You can see right there where that left arm got there just a little early. Hopefully not too much damage is done to Bailey Stockton pulling on that arm. But
yeah, as you mentioned, Stockton has 4.4 speed, so he's got the physical speed to match up against this uber fast Swainsboro team. And Coach Vandegrift says, look, if he was not 5'10", he was 6 feet, he'd be a 4 or 5 star.
And the thing that you have to love about that matchup, when they flip that ball over Prince Avenue, they're attacking Ty Adams. And why not? Even though his speed is equal or better than Bailey Stockton, we've seen him have to run long touchdowns. Legs get tired. And right now they are trying him. They're not just going to let him dominate offensively, flip over and play defense and let him off the hook. You have to imagine that that's going to wear at him trying to do dual duty tonight, trying to cover Stockton and dominate offensively.
Wayne, that's part of the game plan. Coach Vandergriff said, look, we want to wear them out so that they're tired in the fourth quarter. All of their star players are going both ways.
Especially in the secondary.
Yeah.
Everybody that they're counting on offensively to handle the ball flips over and plays corner or safety in this defense.
So following the penalty, it is 1st and 10 from the 50. Philo going to take it and run it himself and step out of bounds right about the 46, a 4-yard pickup.
And I think that's what Aaron Philo has to put in his memory. He is a good athlete. He does have size at 6'2", 195. He's going to have to punish this defense by they're going to play you soft. If the secondary and the linebackers are going to drop off into coverage, you're going to have to make them 4 or 5 yard runs like he did on that last play.
2nd down. Pocket for Philo. It's complete to Rogers and a 1st down. Rogers all the way down to the 24.
Great job of finding the matchup problem. Rogers out of the backfield, running a choice route there on Gerard Stewart. He's just not going to be able to run with Keon Rogers. Stewart, big physical, more of a DN, can't cover Rogers out in space.
Stockton back in there. They run a screen to him, and he picks up the 1st down. You notice they run those screens so that he can get out of bounds before he takes a hit, but he picks up the 1st down.
Out on the edge. Nice job once again getting him the ball in space. He's the one, along with maybe Keon Rogers, that have that speed to take advantage of this secondary.
2nd down and 9. He didn't get the 1st down, but Rogers does right there with that run down to close to the 10. They'll spot it, I think, at about the 11. Now they're going to put it down at the 12. And the Wolverines are in the express red zone.
And we're getting a little tempo, Matt, as Coach talked about. Starting to see a little more tempo by Prince Avenue, getting in and out the plays, trying to wear this defense, especially on the back end, down.
So 1st and 10 Wolverines. Pocket for Philo. Now it's breaking down, and he escapes and slides forward before Foots can bury him. And he's down at the 11. Picked up a yard on the play.
Good coverage that time, and you can see Ty Adams back there in the secondary, number 2, hands on the hips. He's having to do a lot of duty right now. If you Coach Roberts, might have to take him out a couple of snaps just to let him catch his breath, but he looks winded in that back end, and rightfully so for the damage he's done offensively.
2nd down and 9. Philo, quick pass going for Stockton at the 5 and through behind him. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Just can't say enough about Bailey Stockton out here playing in a harness, playing out on the edge, that time playing out of the slot.
Plates in his collarbone to repair the break. He's either got guts or he's nuts. But the doctor said, look, he can't hurt it any worse. It's really kind of a pain tolerance thing. You can protect it, brace it up, stay away from big hits. 3rd down. Heavy rush. Philo eludes it and going to get dropped at the 7-yard line. Couldn't get to the end zone. Great pursuit. That was Quan Starnes, the defensive end, who kept him from getting the 1st down.
Janarian Foots did all the work coming with the blitz, just missed the sack right there. As we talked about with Philo, big body quarterback, 6'2", almost 200-pound, 195. Did a great job making himself small, making Foots miss on the sack, getting a little yardage for his kicker to try right here on the field goal attempt.
Cameron Owens, 25-yard attempt from right in the middle of the field. Kick is up and good, and it is 20-10 as Owens improves to 4 for 4 on his field goals this season. Hasn't kicked a lot of them this year, Wayne, not because he can't, but because they haven't need to.
High-powered offense that's trying to score touchdowns. And you really got to feel like when they got into the red zone, they slowed down with the pace. When they were getting the plays in and out, they were catching a winded Swainsboro's defense. They slowed it down to get the plays in and out. I think gave them a chance to catch their breath. Nice job of them keeping them out of the end zone.
There's the superstar, Brock Vandegrift. He was the quarterback that led Prince Avenue to the state championship back in 2020. Now, having finished up his second season at the University of Georgia, he'll be in the quarterback battle for the #1 job for the Bulldogs next year, unless Stetson Bennett comes back for his 19th season. And then he'll be back up again. I'm just joking.
Come up with some kind of red shirt year for him again to come.
Little pooch kick coming down on the far side, and it's caught, not fair caught. Nobles trying to swing around and get to the other edge, and finally hit by the kicker, Cameron Owens. Let's take a look at the Swainsboro resume. 2000 state champions, that's the only one they got. 2021, they were in the semifinals last year. 17 region titles, 9 straight playoff appearances, and this program started way back in 1919. Swainsboro, Georgia, Emmanuel County, down in southeast Georgia. Fans have represented for them tonight. DeMello Jones gets submarine. Picks up just a couple of yards on the play that time.
Good job right there, middle of that defense, getting off blocks. You've got to be able to get off blocks and get to the ball. McCormick, 48, middle of that defense. You got to be quick, take chances. You got to be able to go to the ball. Now, with DeMello Jones back at quarterback.
Jones going to keep it, and Jones gets shot down by Britt. Britt been very active from that secondary position here tonight.
Textbook tackle here by Britt, number 25. A little bobbling of the ball. Look at the great job. Helmet to the outside, shoulder pads on that thigh, bringing down a player of DeMello Jones' caliber in the open field is Britt.
7 total tackles for Josh Britt in the first half alone. DeMello Jones, great story. Member of the Swainsboro coaching staff, had connections in Athens. Shot the Georgia coaching staff a video of DeMello Jones. And they say Kirby Smart saw it within 30 minutes, had called. Within 3 to 4 days had offered, and then Alabama called and offered.
We have a timeout on the field.
That's the way it works. Freakish athlete.
6'2", 180 pounds. With that kind of speed, you can just imagine, similar to Adams when they go to their natural position, wherever that is, and they're able to play that full time and dedicate themselves to that. What a dynamic player. And as we joked about with Coach when you brought up, if the Bulldogs give you a call, expect about 30 other calls as well behind that. If Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs come to knocking at your door, everybody else will follow.
Exactly. Everybody else that, well, if Georgia's offering him, we better offer too, because we must be missing out on something.
Had to call a timeout there with Swainsboro trying to get Ty Adams back in this game at quarterback. He's feasted on these particular downs, 3rd and long.
Going up top, far side, jump ball, and it was caught, and it's pulled down. That is a catch at the 33-yard line. DeMello Jones. How about DeMello? We take you from quarterback, put you out at wide receiver, go make a catch for us.
Highlight tape, 50-50 ball, great athlete out on the corner, left hand. Just left hand in traffic, both got the feet in, control the ball, just a stop and go. Great adjustment. What body control by that young man, DeMello Jones, and now you see why Kirby Smart had to come and see about bringing him to Athens.
32-yard catch, and now Quinn Brown trying to get to the edge. A flag out, and a tackle going out of bounds by Ethan Christian. And no flag thrown at the end of the tackle, although it was probably close. But that catch by DeMello Jones, that probably got him about 20 more offers.
Just highlight real skills Jones possesses. Trying to get to that outside zone play once again there with Quinn Brown.
Offense, 10-yard penalty.
The holding call is going to go against Caleb Long, number 58. The junior, who's a backup but playing on that offensive line right now as they're subbing some guys in and out.
Long developing run there. Quinn taking it all the way to the sideline. Ethan Christian, number 2 for Prince Avenue, real close to a personal foul there at the end of that play, too, on that tackle on Brown.
So first and long now for the Tigers. DeMello Jones lunges down to the 38. He got 6 on the play.
This time Jones very decisive of what he wanted to do with the ball. And as we talked about, you can see with number 1 and number 2, Jones and Adams, a little fatigue, little drop in the body language. I mean, they're having to do a lot of work here tonight.
We have holding offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Another holding call going against Swainsboro. Scott Roberts, what a pleasure to visit with him this week. You had to feel for him as he told us about his journey the first time he was at Swainsboro, went 10-2 and got fired. I said, you were forced to resign. He says, no, I got fired at 10-2, changing the administration. We all know how that happens sometimes. And then kicked around as an assistant coach, and then finally got another chance to be the head coach at Swainsboro. Catch made out there on the edge. Keyshawn DeLoach, first catch of the game for him. Now it's going to be second down and long.
Good job getting the ball out of his hand. Ty Adams making that quick decision. And when you're Swainsboro, you don't throw the ball. Came into this game, really only threw the ball about 4 or 5 times a game because they usually stay on schedule running the ball, but now having to work to the outside.
Adams goes to Jones, who gets it down to the 37. Here is the road to Atlanta for Swainsboro. Blew out Bacon County and Scriven County. Then things got tougher. Rabun County, very good Rabun County team, beat them 35-10 in the quarterfinals. And then in Irwin County, team that played in this game last year, Wayne, knocked them out in the semifinals 22-21 when Landon Scott kicked a field goal on the final play of the game to beat Irwin County. And get this, it was his first field goal make of the season, and it came after he had one blocked earlier in the game.
So a storybook ending to that game win for them. And Swainsboro here playing high tempo offensively. Love the way they're flying around. These guys, the guys advertised to dominate so far are doing it. Ty Adams, DeMello Jones, this offensive line doing a great job up front as well.
Coach Roberts said, look, on his first one that was blocked, he just rushed it. I just told him, slow it down a little bit, and he kicked it right through the uprights. Adams and Jones with 196 of the close to 230 yards of offense for the Tigers here in the first half. And there goes Adams, and the only thing that can stop him is a whistle.
We have timeout, Prince Avenue.
Prince Avenue calls a timeout. And that'll leave them with 1 remaining here in the first half. Road to the championship for Prince Avenue. 3rd straight state championship game appearance. Blew out Mount Vernon An undefeated Elbert County team took care of them 48-14. That was the game Bailey Stockton got hurt. So you can see it wasn't very long ago. Then played the wing team Metter team. They ran one play in the first quarter, had a turnover. Metter was dominating the time of possession with that wing tee offense, but they were able to rally and get by a good Metter team 23-7. And then St. Francis, maybe the surprise team out of anybody in the entire state playoffs. Great season for them. They beat St. Francis 24-20 in the semifinals. I think I read where St. Francis started the season had a 1% chance of making the playoffs based on they got to the semis. Third down run right up the middle. And let's see, did Prince call another timeout? I think they did. They don't want to let Swainsboro just drain the clock here. That's the last timeout used by Coach Vandergrift.
Timeout on the field.
And it's now 4th and 13.
Timeout of the half.
So Swainsboro at the 36. They're not kicking a field goal here. Do you punt it or do you run it?
Right here, you step back, punt the ball. This down in distance. I know Ty Adams has made big plays and converted in 3rd and 4th and long, but you got to play the odds this time around. Try to pin them down. No timeouts. They would have to go and try to get some points on the board. And your defense has played pretty well. Other than, right now, the big play down the field to Stockton, your defense has played pretty well. Make them go to long field.
Yeah, I mean, if you get stopped right here, and it is 4th and 13, so low probability that you convert that 4th down into a 1st down. You get stopped here, you're basically gifting Philo an opportunity to get at least a field goal before the end of the half. They're lined up, but I wouldn't be surprised if they quick kick this. Going for it. Adams up top and incomplete. They're going to give him the ball at the 36 as the ball goes over on downs. Let's see if that decision works against them.
Once again, trying that one-on-one 50-50 ball out there with Jones against Christian, but definitely an interesting decision there by Scott Roberts, the head coach, to go for it on 4th and 13. Your pass game is about athleticism, getting guys out in the open space, but that's not really what you do. 4th and 13, now you give this Prince Avenue team in this big play passing game a chance. 2:06, no timeouts to work the field and try to put points on the board.
They need to find Stockton, find out where he is. Going to hand off to Rogers, and Rogers makes a cut, lunges across midfield. Going to spot it down at the 50. Clock will continue to run. Prince Avenue will hustle up to the ball. 14-yard pickup.
Great job there by Rogers, making Janarian Foots miss in the middle of the field.
Quick fire. Christian to the 44. Got 6 on the play. Again, they'll hustle up to the line.
Ethan Christian, just a quick pass, get the ball out. 2-minute mode. Want to keep the momentum, positive plays.
Philo comes to the other side. There's Stockton. He gets down before he can take a big hit. Gerard Stewart, the Mike backer who rolls about 230, was coming in hot.
Stewart and Adams, Ty Adams back there at the safety position. The energy he's having to put out to affect this game. Once again, testing him.
1st and 10 from the 38. Pocket for Philo. Comes near side. Caught and step out of bounds by Britt. And Josh Britt has had a busy game. Defense, offense.
Good protection there by that offensive line, who's done a great job when Swainsboro has not brought the blitz. The offensive line has done a great job giving Philo time to see the field, clean pocket to throw from, and Britt doing a good job just running an out route of catching the ball.
Good look at Mason Goodyear right there, number 75. He was also a starter on that 2020 state championship team when he was a sophomore. Philo, pockets breaking down, gets away from it, throws on the run, and caught for a touchdown. Josh Britt snagged it out of the air. And it's 20-16.
Aaron Philo, I talked about his size, doing a good job keeping his head up the field. Once again, escaping the rush and just finding Josh Britt in the back of the end zone down the field. Great job of Britt going up and grabbing that ball as well.
Downs for the PAT, chips it through, 20-17. And Prince Avenue has plenty of time to spare. They went close to 65 yards there in a minute.
Great job once again escaping the rush. Not really sure that he even had Josh Britt in his pass view at the time, and then he looked up right at the last moment. You could see the arm strength. We've seen Britt at the safety position. We've seen him catch a big touchdown right there. Wow, what a half he has had to give his team a chance.
Yeah, Philo checking all the boxes right there. You're absolutely right. He went through his progression tree. He did not see Britt open until like a split second before he threw it to him for the touchdown. 5 plays, 64 yards, and it took him just 66 seconds to cover it. And the ball is fumbled, and it's still loose. I think Swainsboro might have gotten on top of it. Although the Wolverines say they got it. Looked to me like Jordan Williams, number 5, was able to cover it.
Once again, Swainsboro kickoff return, having trouble fielding the ball. This time, Quinn Brown able to get on it.
Got a fair catch that right there.
Kari Nobles letting the ball get to his body. Big break again on the kickoff return for Swainsboro.
I mean, I know it's the state championship game. You want to make a play. Got to be smart about it. That's a fair catch ball right there.
The clock never started. We need to take 5 seconds off, please.
What did he say?
Yeah, they're going to take 5 seconds off the clock here. They didn't feel like the clock had started appropriately. So 55 seconds for Swainsboro. Ty Adams. Oh my goodness, he was about one more step or a shoelace away from going the distance again. That was a touchdown-saving tackle right there by Durning, the linebacker.
Running that outside zone once again. Good kick-out block there by Quinn Brown. And Durning, touchdown-saving tackle.
Adams going to run it again, makes a man miss, and this time they get him on the ground at the 49-yard line. That was Garrett Williams, Christian Garrett. Getting them on the ground, timeout Swainsboro, and that's the last timeout they have. Locked down to 33. And Coach Roberts told us that he was comfortable with Landon Scott from around 40. So do the math. That means they got to get to around the 23. They need about 26 more yards to be in his comfortable range to attempt a field goal.
And very seldom do you play a team that can run the ball in a way that in a 2-minute situation you still feel like you got to hold your breath. Typically you're kind of like Prince Avenue. You're going to go back with the quarterback and try the deep ball, but when you got guys like Adams, you get that feel like you are under that same pressure.
Yeah.
If I don't make this play, he's going to be in the end zone in 5-6 seconds.
I've called a lot of playoff games. The most extraordinary 2-minute drill I ever saw was Valdosta went 89 yards all on the ground to beat Stevenson in the quarterfinals. I've never seen a 2-minute offense all on the ground.
This time trying to get the ball out of Adams to Jones out on the edge. A little low on the throw there. That young man has done a beautiful job in this first half from running the ball for his team.
Third and 5. Adams going to try to cut back, and he does. And Britt trying to strip him of the ball. Gets him on the ground at the 37. The clock will stop for them to move the chains. Let's see if they spike here. 12-yard pickup. There it is, spike.
Well, hard put the snap there. It's Kason Palmer, the center, really snapped it back there to him.
Hit him in the face mask. Coach Roberts upset about something here. So now it's second down. Clock at 17 seconds. I think it was just something with his team. He wanted him to get going.
Watch down at the bottom, DeMello Jones. He's the guy that they've been trying these 50-50 balls, get the ball down the field to.
Adams going up top for Jones, and it's intercepted by Ethan Christian at the 5-yard line. And Christian on the return will go down at the 17-yard line with 5 seconds left in the half. And that will end the scoring opportunity for the Tigers.
And on this play here, Adams and Jones just on the wrong page. Jones breaks to the outside. Adams thinks he's going to break to the inside on the post. Ethan Christian doing a good job keeping everything in front of him and breaking on the ball.
Third interception of the season for Ethan Christian. And let's see if the Wolverines just take a knee here and close out the half. Prince will be receiving the second half kickoff. Doesn't look like they're going to take a knee. Going to run a screen here to Britt. Britt looking for a lane to run. And Britt all the way up to the 47-yard line on the final play of the half. So thrills and chills all the way until the clock hits 0 here in the first half. 30-yard pickup on the final play of the quarter. All right, let's check in with Nikki.
Coach, Prince Avenue just picked off your offense. What are your thoughts right now?
I mean, it's just a great football game. It's sitting here 2017 at the half. We knew that we've got to limit their big plays, and they've had some big ones on us. The thing, we can't have penalties that put us behind the chains. I mean, we had several holding penalties there and that stopped drives on us, and we've just got to do a better job of that.
Coach, we've seen some really explosive plays led by Ty Adams, DeMello Jones. How do you get back to that in the second half?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of good football players on both sides of the field out here. And, I mean, we're trying. We're giving them chances. I mean, we gave up. They came off the edge right there on Ty, and we didn't pick up the blitz. And we got to do a better job of that, and that's what we got to get fixed right here.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how do you feel like Prince Avenue has adjusted to your speed?
I mean, obviously they've done a good job. I mean, they've got good coaches, they've got great players, and they've done a good job. And that's, we've got to get some things fixed right here.
What's going to be the message to your team?
Oh, just keep fighting. These kids have fought with each other, all year long. They've fought for each other. The most unselfish bunch I've ever been around, and they're going to do that. They're going to come out and they're going to fight like crazy, and we're just going to remind them of that. And I fully expect them to come do the same thing they've done all year.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you, Nikki.
All right, Hannah, we've got a foot race over here at Center Park Stadium.
Yes, we do. Thanks, Nick. Great reporting in the first half. Coming up on the Regions Halftime Show, we'll break down what's happened and what's to come on our GHSA Championship coverage. Check in with John at Center Park Stadium, name our play of the first half, that and much more next on GPB.
Jackson EMC and 31 other participating Georgia Electric membership cooperatives congratulate Duluth High School on winning the GHSA Cooperative Spirit Sportsmanship Award. This award honors schools that exhibit exemplary sportsmanship during competitive events.
It's all about respect, honestly. Not everybody is the best, not anybody is the worst in our book. We just want to make sure that everybody, feels like they're doing good, or just make sure just encouragement is really the biggest part, and just helping your teammates, wanting them to do good.
I think the biggest thing I've heard and what drew me to come here was was that sense of community and family, and leadership with empathy, and just respect for everyone, and it's a big family.
Introduced in 2006, this award reinforces the GHSA's philosophy that everyone associated with high school activities, from athletes to spectators, should adhere to the fundamental values it represents.
Jackson EMC is proud to present the Cooperative Spirit Sportsmanship Award to Duluth High School. They have won the past 4 of 6 years because their student athletes, coaches, leaders, and fans consistently demonstrate integrity, honesty, and respect across all competitive sports.
Georgia's EMCs and the 32 participating membership cooperatives are proud to sponsor the Cooperative Spirit Sportsmanship Award. Congratulations to the Duluth Wildcats community.
The 2022 GHSA Football Championships are presented by this supporter of the GHSA, the Georgia Farm Bureau. Always the home team.
Record-breaking winds and rainfalls in the area last night as an unexpected...
Hey, Danny. You all make it through the storm last night? Don't worry, I'm on my way. Let's go to work, Lucky.
It's good to be lucky. It's better to have Georgia Farm Bureau insurance.
We are Farm Bureau.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Georgia, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is about all Georgians standing together for substance abuse prevention. Celebrate life. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Football Fridays in Georgia halftime show presented by Regions. Get back in the game with Regions Bank. I'm Hannah Gooden. We're coming to you live from the GPB Sports Studios in Atlanta. It's halftime of the GHSA Single A Division I Championship game between Swainsboro and Prince Avenue Christian. Tigers are up 20-17. Let's take a look at what's happened and what's next on Georgia's EMC scoreboard. Georgia's EMCs, so much more than electricity. So we had 3 flag football championships this morning. Starting things off, Southeast Bullock beat Harris County 13-0 in Division I to go 39-0 in program history and get their second straight state championship. That is a first in flag football. Then the Division II matchup, Lithia Springs beat Central Carroll 14-0 to go 18-0 on the year. Then finally, Blessed Trinity beat Milton 19-13. Huge game by Julia Geis and Jacqueline John. So that was the flag football. Then we had the boys single A Division II matchup. Bowden beat Sly County 39-31. They were back in it for the first time since 2001 and got their first championship win in 30 years. Coming up tomorrow, the Evens will start things off at noon, the 2A game between Fitzgerald and Thompson. Then at 3:30, 4A will kick off between Cedartown and Benedictine. And at 7, it's the 6A matchup between Gainesville and Langston Hughes. Saturday, it's the odds turn at 12 o'clock. 3A will face off Sandy Creek versus Cedar Grove. Then at 3:30, it's the 5A matchup between Ware County and Warner Robins. And finally, at 7 o'clock, it's the 7A showdown between Carrollton and Mill Creek. Believe it or not, the Hawks are playing in their first state title ever in their 19-year history. We're going to take a quick break, but coming up next, we are going to check in with John, give you our play of the first half, and special guests. It's all coming up next on GPB. After decades of declining rates, tobacco use is on the rise, and vaping is growing in popularity among Georgia teens. Here to tell us more about this rising trend is Kylie McElvin from Cigna. Kylie, what is vaping and why should parents be concerned if their kids are doing it?
So vaping and the use of electronic cigarettes have been on the rise. In fact, 1 in 4 Georgia teens say they've used an electronic cigarette in the past year. And most people understand that traditional cigarettes are dangerous. A lot of teens don't understand that vapes can be just as dangerous. They still contain high levels of nicotine, just like traditional cigarettes, and can be particularly impactful on a teenage brain that's still developing.
That's so true. Why are the rates of vaping going up among teens?
So a lot of teens mistakenly believe that vapes are safer than traditional cigarettes. They also see them as more socially acceptable, so there's not as much of a stigma around them. Also, the marketing that's targeted at e-cigarettes have been very targeted at teens, so colorful packaging, flavors that are appealing to young children.
What should parents do to help their kids kick the habit?
So the number one thing they can do is understand the why. Why is their teen vaping? Is it to act out? Is it because of peer pressure from their friends? Are they using vapes or other substances to help manage anxiety or maybe another mental health condition? Be sure to talk to your teen to understand why and also make sure they're educated on the dangers.
Kylie, this is so important, especially during these times, so thank you for being here. And if you want to learn more, please go to Cigna.com.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Cigna. Together all the way. Cigna is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna's mission is to improve the health, well-being, and peace of mind of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being.
While we've got a quick break in the action, did you know that the same area of just one football field can contain up to 95 termite colonies? That's why you need Breda Pest Management to defend your home. Breda, the official pest control of high school football.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future. Every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Welcome back. It's halftime of the GHSA Single A Division I championship game between Swainsboro and Prince Avenue Christian. Tigers on top 20-17. Let's check in with John Nelson at Center Park Stadium, who has the Swainsboro principal. Hey, John.
It is time to go into the principal's office for the first time here at halftime, catching up with Brandon Andrews. First off, I got to say this, and we've seen it all week, all day long. Great crowd from everybody there in Swainsboro. What's it like to see all the Swainsboro support?
I mean, it's one thing about our community. We've always done a great job. Swainsboro is a small rural community, so everyone is always involved year round. Sports is a big component of our climate and culture, not just within our school, but actually within our community. Beginning with our district office, and it just kind of goes right on down into our schools and just even from our community. I think our businesses have just done a tremendous job. Swainsboro is pretty much spread out just throughout our alumni, just all through Georgia. So I think the opportunity to kind of have a reunion in Atlanta and just come out and just support. I mean, it's been 22 years since our last state championship. So the opportunity to just kind of come is almost like as if it's a family reunion here in Atlanta.
I was going to say, so with this family reunion that's been going on, what's it been like back home getting ready for the family reunion? What was the week like?
Well, definitely a lot of celebration. I think there was certainly a lot of enjoyment. from an administrative side, very tiresome. I think the logistical side of things, you really don't realize till you're actually in it. But to see the smile on our students' faces, our faculty and staff, they've done a tremendous job of just kind of understanding, being flexible, and understanding kind of what it takes to just kind of prepare for a week such as this. Very extremely intense, but joyful in the same sentence.
30 seconds. What else is going on there at Swainsboro that folks need to know about?
I think the biggest thing is just taking a lot of pride at our school. I think that's one thing we've always been known for. Our climate and culture has always been about success, not just athletically, but academically as well. We have a great faculty and staff. We have a great district leadership. Great leadership just all the way down Tiger Trail from our primary school to our high school. So one of the things we do well, we have a lot of continuity, a lot of consistency, just in regards to just working well with one another. And I think it's something that's evident, from just a discipline standpoint. We certainly believe in one another, and I think that's something that just says a lot about our community and school system.
Good to see everybody make it from Tiger Trail up here to Atlanta. Thanks for hanging out.
Sir, thank you for having me.
Brandon Andrews, the principal for Swainsboro. One visit to the principal's office down, and we get to catch up with the head of the school coming up in just a little bit. Hannah, back to you.
Yeah, John, one down, one more interview to go. Stick with us. We have that, and we'll name our play of the first half next on GPB.
The 2022 GHSA Football Championships are presented by this supporter of the GHSA, the Georgia Farm Bureau. Always the home team.
Record-breaking winds and rainfall defined the area last night as an unexpected.
Hey, Danny. Y'all make it through the storm last night? Don't worry, I'm on my way. Let's go to work, Lucky.
It's good to be lucky. It's better to have Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance.
We are a Farm Bureau.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Georgia. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the GHSA.
DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is about all Georgians standing together for substance abuse prevention. Celebrate life. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org.
The Region's halftime show. If you're just now joining us, it's halftime of the GHSA Single A Division I championship game between Swainsboro and PAC. Tigers up 20-17. Here's our GPB play of the first half. Second quarter, 2nd and 14 on the 34. Swainsboro quarterback Ty Adams, he'll take it himself. Break tackles, he's gone. 66 yards for the score. Adams scored all 3 of Swainsboro's touchdowns in the first half with 2 other runs of 45 and 27 yards. He plays both ways. He's also a cornerback. I'm sure UNC fans are loving that. He will be playing for the Tar Heels next season. Time to check back in with John Nelson, who has another special guest, the PAC principal.
It is time to catch up with the Colonel. First off, Colonel, thank you for your service.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Head of school at Prince Avenue Christian, Colonel Seth Hathaway, and this is old hat for us, but I think it says a lot about what Prince Avenue has been building over the last couple of years, just the levels of success across the board, and we get to see you here at the end of the football season that's a part of the bigger picture.
Well, it's been a fantastic season. I've got to make sure I thank the outstanding leadership we've had and people like Coach Richard Ricketts, the athletic director, our head varsity football coach, Greg Vandegrift, men who really just understand this trade craft and are just fantastic leaders, know how to motivate young men.
What has it been like for the Prince Avenue community getting ready for yet another championship week? What's the vibe been like on campus?
Great question. You know, these independent K-12 schools, they've got students there from ages 3 to 18. They almost create their own ecosystem that produces its own energy. So you throw a championship game on the top of that. It's been an exciting week. The cheerleaders done a fantastic job putting up spirit banners, you know, hanging things from the hallways. Just been a lot of great energy on the campus. Just a great week.
And you look behind you, and I know that some folks have the concession stand going on, but what's it like to see the Prince Avenue folks show up and show out from Bogart? Because that's a bit of a haul, especially this time of day.
It is. I've got to tell you, John, we've got the most fantastic parents. They're heavily vested in their kids in this school, in this Christ-centered environment. And as an educator, you could not ask for best. They're at almost every game. When we fill up those visitor stands, a lot of people are impressed by how many of our parents come to those away games.
Outside of the athletic venue, what else is going on at Prince Avenue that folks need to know about?
It's been an exciting year for us. We've had the opportunity to move into a brand new middle school building we got blessed with, about 20,000 square feet. We've been able to acquire 14 acres of additional properties, in addition to the 63 we have, which we'd like to build out some additional athletic complexes on. Just some controlled growth in the school with good mission-fit families.
Colonel, as always, great to see you, my friend.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Hannah, it's 2 visits to the principal office and the head of school. And, when the colonel shows up, you have to ask questions in a complete manner. They cannot have anything wrong with grammar. It has to be completely correct. Colonel, good to see you. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Well, John, hang out for just a second. I want to get your thoughts on the first half. This one has been back and forth. What have you seen there from the sidelines?
Back and forth. It was just like the previous game that we saw here in Class A. We knew that the speed from Swainsboro was going to be on display, and you showed that in the play of the first half. And then just the firepower that you're seeing from Prince Avenue. But Swainsboro, once again, taking advantage of their possessions. But then that late possession in the first half where Prince Avenue comes down and they get the score, trimming the margin to 3. Swainsboro, with their speed and the cutbacks on the running game, they've really got a lot of yards. They've gotten a lot of chunk plays, but Aaron Philo, north of 4,000 yards passing. We're seeing the targets, and Bailey coming out the way that he has. Bailey Stockton, you're seeing him, that shoulder, you're not showing any signs of bothering him. He was integral in the offense from the absolute beginning. Should be a great second half here at Center Park.
Yes, it should, John. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much. We'll be talking to him again very soon. Okay, everyone, go follow us on social media at GPB Sports for constant updates throughout the GHSA Championships. Also, don't forget, you can take the games with you on the go by downloading the GPB Sports app. We're also streaming live at gpb.org/sports and Facebook. So that's it for the halftime show. We've officially been on air for 11 hours and 11 minutes. Thank you so much for watching today. We have more from Matt, Wayne, Nikki, and John right after this break.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Regions Bank. Get back in the game with Regions Bank.
At Regions Bank, we're here to listen to your needs, and we'll customize a plan to help you reach your financial goals. Our service to Georgia goes beyond banking to creating more inclusive prosperity in our communities. From education to financial wellness to economic development, we're working to level the playing field so more people can succeed and our communities can thrive.
While we've got a quick break in the action, did you know that the same area of just one football field can contain up to 95 termite colonies? That's why you need Breda Pest Management to defend your home. Breda, the official pest control of high school football.
Getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Swainsboro on top of Prince Avenue, 20-17 as we get ready to resume this ball game. What a fantastic game we've had so far. And before we go through highlights and stats, let's send it down to Nikki standing by with Coach Vandegrift.
Coach, your team has capitalized on Swainsboro's mistakes. How has that given you guys momentum to start this half?
Half, get the ball coming out of the half, try to get another score, where that way you flip the game quick.
Coach, coming into this ball game, everyone was talking about Swainsboro's speed. Do you feel like that your team has adjusted to being able to contain that speed?
Well, at times, again, they can score on any play, and if we don't fit exactly right, as you can see on those 3 plays, they can get vertical and score.
What was the message to your team in the half?
We're right where I thought we'd be. I really think, and we're rolling the dice, I think it's going to be a conditioning game in this fourth quarter. And if those guys are tired, We're going to get all over them.
Wear them down.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Matt, Wayne, we got a second half to do.
Yeah, we did, and he hit the nail on the head with the fits. I mean, they've done a good job, but you miss a fit on this team, man, it's 60 yards to the house. Statesboro will abuse you in that running game. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Speaking of abusing in the running game, it's this guy here, Ty Adams, 3 touchdowns in the first half. This was the first one, went for 45 yards.
Big time improvisation right there by Ty Adams for the touchdown, breaking the tape to score.
Prince Avenue came right back. Touchdown pass to Bailey Stockton. And you thought he was injured? No, 69-yard touchdown play right there, and it's 7-7.
Once again, Ty Adams right up the middle of the defense, showing you the blazing speed, having time to fix his face mask before he scores that second touchdown.
That was 27 yards. This one is 66 yards. 3 mammoth touchdown runs for Ty Adams, the North Carolina commit. At that point, it was 20-7. But Prince Avenue started the comeback, got a field goal to make it 20-10. And then right before the end of the first half, Philo connecting in the end zone with Josh Britt.
Nice find by Philo, keeping his head up down the field, striking again from the air.
Pretty even in the total yards. They've just gone about it a different way.
Yeah, we talked about in the open that two teams couldn't be different on offense. The air raid of Prince Avenue, Swainsboro, rushing the ball. And I really believe, as the coach talked about right there, Coach Vandegrift, it's going to be about conditioning, and more conditioning on the Swainsboro side. The way that Ty Adams and DeMello Jones have had to run the ball. Which one of those players does their coach, Scott Roberts, maybe just dedicate to playing offense in this second half?
15 total plays of 20-plus yards in that first half. 8 for Swainsboro, 3 that went for touchdowns, and 7 for Prince Avenue, and 2 of them that went for touchdowns.
Quick scrolls all around. Only one drive between the two teams, scoring-wise. Took 10 plays. Big playability. It's just 2 different ways of getting it done.
Just now tuning in, you say, man, I thought Bailey Stockton suffered a broken collarbone in the second round of the playoffs. He did, and he is playing tonight, and he has been one of the stars of the game. 4 catches, 87 yards, and a big 69-yard touchdown reception. Third quarter kickoff is brought to you by Buckle Up Georgia. Buckle Up Georgia, seatbelts save lives. Kick coming down at the 15-yard line to Britt. He's done everything but sell hot dogs tonight. And Britt will step out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Britt has 4 catches for 82 yards, including a 29-yard touchdown reception, and has 8 total tackles, 1 TFL.
Brilliant night for that young man. We know what he could do at safety, but his big impact has been his ability with the big touchdown, but also just moving the sticks. Aaron Philo doing a great job eluding the pressure, breaking out of sacks, and delivering the ball in that first half.
206 yards passing for Philo in the first half. 2 touchdowns, 11 for 19. And Keon Rogers gets dropped right in his tracks by Gerard Stewart.
Stewart, big number 8 in the middle there, squeezing through the offensive line to make that play. Big linebacking core of Foots and Stewart. Great against the run. They've been caught a couple of times in the pass game out in the open space, but great job there by Stewart.
Setting up a screen pass and incomplete. They were trying to lob the ball over the top to Keon Rogers. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 11.
Dangerous pass there by Philo. Not sure that he ever saw Rogers. He felt the pressure, kind of just threw the ball to an area and hoped that his running back would come up with the ball.
Coach Roberts, when we were talking about this game earlier in the week, said he felt like Philo is as good of a quarterback that he'd ever coached against since playing against Trevor Lawrence when he was at Bainbridge and they played Cartersville. Pass. Christian couldn't come up with it. And DeMello Jones is there on the coverage, and it's 4th down.
Nice job of Jones there. Tight coverage. Getting his hands on the ball right there. Just able to knock it out at the last moment. You can see here, working out of the slot is Ethan Christian. Just last moment, Jones going down low and knocking that ball out of his hands. Good job, Swainsboro, getting a 3-and-out, getting themselves off the field fast in this second half.
Tyler Denny, the punt. It's a good one. Fair catch is made and bobbled, and Nobles was able to get back on top of that. That's the second time that Nobles has been careless in the kick return game with the ball.
Calling for the fair catch. Just not able to find the ball. No real interference by the coverage team. Is having a hard time tonight. As great as he has been as a safety and a receiver, he has struggled on the special team.
Well, he's had a tremendous game defensively. He leads them with 6 tackles tonight. But he, fortunately for Swainsboro, he has not lost the ball on those 2 fumbled kick return opportunities. Looked like a busted play here. DeMello Jones going to turn it into a big play. All the way down to the 40-yard line. 24-yard pickup.
Great job once again improvising. Bad snap. Had to do a little twirl in the backfield. And then just the great athleticism, as we talked about. There is no better athlete on the field than DeMello Jones.
A guy with his kind of athleticism, that's kind of like a kick return. You know, it's dropped for a second and the coverage kind of runs by you, and then that just leaves him a big open field to run in, and that's exactly what he was able to do right there. Quinn Brown. There he goes. Quinn Brown, touchdown, Swainsboro.
Quinn Brown. We still haven't figured out which leg these guys run by the 4x1, but here, great blocking on the zone blocking on the outside by the offensive line. Phillips, Jackson, Harris, Blunt up front. And when you give that kind of speed a lane, and you can see the Jets right there by Quinn Brown, the sophomore, running to the end zone. Wow.
PAT. Now the play got blown dead before the kick. That was a 40-yard touchdown run by Quinn Brown.
False start.
So the false start by the Tigers will back it up 5 yards.
Deciding to start the second half. Ty Adams on the sideline. DeMello Jones at quarterback. Put in the fastest of the 4, Quinn Brown, with a touchdown run.
So this becomes a 25-yard PAT. Kick is good. Swainsboro back on top by 10.
Great lane, untouched. And when that kind of speed gets out in the open, sometimes it looks unfair. Once again, great lane, good blocking over there. Dakota Blunt. Only need a crease when you talk about the skill set of these skill positions for Swainsboro.
Wayne, have you ever seen a team collectively as fast as this team?
No, not across the board, where you have legit 4, 5, 6, and even Jakari Nobles. I mean, the kind of speed, it's just hard. I don't know that Prince Avenue still hasn't adjusted to that kind of speed coming at him. It is one missed tackle, and they're gone.
Kick is angled. Now it's going to come back and be caught at the hash by Britt. Britt on the return up to the 30-yard line. 18-yard return for Josh Britt. That's where the Wolverines go back on offense. And they're down 10 again. The thing that Coach Vandegrift maybe has not taken into account, he told us this, you heard him tell you that at the end of his post-game or mid-game interview with Nicky, is that they have a bunch of guys that run fast. So you're going to have to get a bunch of, not just one or two guys tired. You got to get the whole lot of them tired.
And I think that was the function of Ty Adams starting the half on the sideline. They're going to rotate these guys from that skill position in the second half.
That might be a fumble. Swainsboro, I think, has recovered. Rogers was behind the quarterback and dropped that. It is. It's Swainsboro's ball. That was a backward pass. In essence, it becomes a running play. Let's bring in Dave Reynolds, our officials expert. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, I really like the backwards pass rule here. Clearly backwards. And then number 2 right there for the defense just falls right on it. So a clear turnover for the offense.
And the Tigers have been gifted a huge turnover at the 24-yard line.
Ty Adams just in at safety in this second half, coming up with the turnover right there, setting up this high-powered run offense with the short field. Once again, DeMello Jones at quarterback.
Let's check the penalty call.
A lot of discussion trying to get the ball, picking up the penalty right here.
Coach Scott Roberts in his 8th season as the Swainsboro head coach, his 6th consecutive. Snap goes to DeMello Jones, trying to reverse his field and gets dropped in the open field by you-know-who, Josh Britt.
There's a play to be made defensively. Josh Britt typically is in it. Good job moving down the line, not letting a crease happen by the defensive line and just cutting back right into the big hit there of Josh Britt. The one thing you notice as this game has continued to go on, this Prince Avenue defensive line backing off a little bit, trying to create some space, not to get caught up in those zone blocks. They're playing a little soft, as you can see, about a yard off the line of scrimmage.
Quinn Brown runs straight up the middle. Gets 3 on the play to the 21.
First half, we saw Adams and Jones, mainly the ball carriers. Coach Scott Roberts, his adjustment is that I'm going to put Quinn Brown in the second half. See how long you can chase after him, taking their time to drive this ball. And you imagine this team and the way they run the ball, they're in 4-down territory. They're going to run this ball here. They put Ty Adams back at quarterback.
Going to follow his blocks, trying to get to the edge, and he will not. Gets thrown down at the 22-yard line by Justin Head, who's also their starting center, playing some on the D-line here in the third quarter. It's 4th down.
Nice job coming out of the secondary by Gaines Scoggins right there, number 13, to make Adams have to cut back into that traffic. Head cleaning it up for him. A good job of beating Adams to the point.
Can Prince get the stop here and get the ball back without surrendering any points after the turnover?
A lot of bodies up in that line.
Rush is coming. Adams fires, incomplete. And the ball's going to go over on downs. DeMello Jones the target. Ethan Christian with the tight coverage. So Prince Avenue, Wayne, dodges disaster. Could have gone down by 3 scores right there after the fumble.
Ty Adams, you got to give your receiver Jones the ability to keep the ball in bounds right there. Just threw the ball away. Didn't give Jones any chance to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
Talmadge now lines up as the running back next to Philo. Spins and throws to the outside. Stiff arm by Bailey Stockton. With his good arm, he stiff arms the defender and gets out of bounds.
Just getting the ball out quickly to him and out in space. Catches the ball behind him. And you're right, with the good arm, put a stiff arm on Jakari Nobles. That young man totally engaged in trying to take a state championship back to Prince Avenue, and we have DeMello Jones down.
Looks like cramps.
No one can question him being down with cramps the way that he's had to perform tonight. We were, and this is part of Coach Vandegrift's mentality. Can he wear down that body? And if you can get someone to start cramping, as I always talk about, they love to hand you those water bottles. And you think with a couple of sips you're going to recover, but once those cramps start happening, they are there for the rest of the night. Now it's just about, can DeMello Jones manage them and make some plays.
Bailey Stockton over on the sideline, 5 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown. He has done that 3 weeks after suffering a broken collarbone. Just based on his performance alone tonight, if I was a college football coach, I'd be on the phone with him tomorrow making him an offer.
I would call him about his helmet, just because look at the helmet. Everybody else has a full cover of blue, and he's out there, and that has been his mentality tonight. That tough, hard-nosed, gritty.
I mean, he runs a 4.4. He's tough as nails. He's proven that to you on statewide television tonight. What are you waiting on?
Catch a ball out in space, put it in my bad arm, use my good arm, the stiff arm, switch it back to my good arm, and get another 5-6 yards. Bailey Stockton is good as advertised.
Been offered by Arkansas State, Army, and New Hampshire. Georgia's got a PWO, preferred walk-on offer for him. 1st and 10. Keon Rogers ramming his body up there at the 39-yard line. Got 5 on the play.
And this aspect of Prince Avenue tonight, I don't know that they've went to this well enough tonight. Keon Rogers, even Talmadge, being able to run this ball. And you get that body count over there, and there's only 5 bodies in the middle of that defense. You have to run the ball.
Philo going up top, looking for Stockton, can't get to it.
Just not able to find this ball right here. Good protection, step into the throw. Just inches away from another big catch for Stockton. Continually, regardless of which defender is covering him, finding a way to get open. That time, Jakari Nobles in coverage.
Philo is 1 for 4 passing in this half. That's complete to Stockton. And Stockton's going to take a hit on that shoulder by number 12, the linebacker coming up to make the play, Tarver. And now it's 4th down. See Tarver on the season. Even seen him take some snaps at quarterback today. And the Wolverines have to punt.
Good job there by Swainsboro. A little life early in that drive by Prince Avenue, but then able to get him into a 3rd and long.
They kick it away. And Nobles had no intention of fielding that punt as it goes over his head down at the 26. 37-yard kick by Denny. And the Tigers back on offense when we get back.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Georgia's EMCs. So much more than electricity.
Today's conservation-minded consumer cares about where their energy comes from. Your local EMC cares too. Georgia's electric membership cooperatives offer renewable options for our members. In fact, our solar portfolio will produce enough clean energy to power more than 180,000 households, striving to move the needle toward progress and position communities for the future. Georgia's EMCs, so much more than electricity.
Commute with confidence. Express can take you to and from work. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. More information at expressga.com, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Coach Vandergriff told us this week that he rotates 4 books with his guys every year. This year, it's been chop wood, carry water, and he said that he's talked to his players how everyone wants to beat Goliath, but no one wants to be David and actually beat Goliath. He said no one wants to be the shepherd and sit in the woods for 3 years and fight off whatever shows up. He said there is irony here because he actually sent the excerpt to his son Brock. Now, if you follow Georgia football, you know his son has been in the waiting spot, if you will, to potentially take over at quarterback. He said, look, there is fun in the winning, but you got to work hard, and that's definitely the message. I have no doubt that he's been telling his team all night long. They're hanging in there, only down by 10.
Tigers back on offense from the 26. Tarver, ball out at the end of the play, and did Swainsboro get on top of it? Prince Avenue had it right there in their hands and couldn't corral it.
Great job once again running the ball off the right side.
They got it. And it's Riley Cardi who ends up with the football in his hands.
Big lane for Tarver right here to run through on that right side. Good pull, kick out block by Foots. And right at the end, you could see the ball once again. Josh Britt
the strip
in on the play, stripping the ball. From the side angle at first, it looked like maybe Tarver hit the ground first, but the ball was coming out. Josh Britt making his impact felt again on this game.
Let's see if Prince takes a shot right here after the turnover. Philo, heavy rush coming at him. He's in trouble. Quarterback sack on the other side of the 50-yard line. Janorian Foots with his 7th sack of the season.
Pressure this time. Trey Turner, 66, with the initial coming unblocked here. Able to get out of the initial sack was Philo, cleaning up duty right there, Janarian Foots.
They sensed that Prince wanted to take a shot there. They said, well, we'll take our shot too, and came with a blitz. Big 10-yard loss, 2nd down and 20.
They've had great success when they bring pressure. Not able to come up with the sack early. This time they were able to get there. Now getting the ball out to the outside.
Britt breaks 2 tackles. He's inside the 20. Foot race. Touchdown, Prince Avenue.
Josh Britt once again. Young man started all this with the strip for the turnover. This time getting out of the tackle, showing his own speed to score this touchdown. A night to remember for that young man right there, number 25.
51-yard catch and run for Josh Britt. And Prince Avenue is back to within 3. Josh Britt takes the screen to the house.
Just testing the tackling on the outside. Doran Foots, the senior, missing the tackle. Just a screen, missing the tackle there. Able to get behind the blocks of his offensive line. Showing the speed, showing the impact once again is Britt.
How about the night that Britt has had? Should take a look at the total yards for Prince. 51 after going -2 on the previous 9. But Britt, 5 catches for 133, 2 touchdown catches, 10 tackles, 7 solo in a TFL.
A lot of superheroes out on this field tonight, Matt. And he might be leading any and everybody in this game. What a great job keeping his team once again in this game.
Some Iron Man football from Josh Britt. Kick coming down at the 40-yard line. This time Nobles secures it. In a 27-24 game with under 6 to play here in the third quarter. You see Britt, his 133 receiving yards coming on 5 touchdowns. He's had touchdown catches of 51 and 29 yards. And that's just half the story.
Now this Tigers offense has to take the field. DeMello Jones still on the sideline trying to get those cramps out of his calves.
Like you said, good luck with that. That's not an instant fix. Quinn Brown driven to the ground. Picked up just a couple on the play. Mac Bradley, the linebacker, making the tackle. Second down and 7.
Can't really tell who they have right here playing quarterback. Rotating a lot of guys. Looks like maybe.
I think it's
Bryson
Tarver.
Yeah,
Tarver
now
still
taking the snaps.
Handoff, Quinn Brown coming to the short side and tackled at the 50, and that'll be a first down as Riley Carty makes the tackle, but not in time to stop him from getting the first down. 7 pickup.
And Brown once again working off of that right side. His team has feasted running the ball that outside zone on the right side.
Coach Roberts told us when things get tough, they like to run behind Trelavion Harris, their right tackle, 6 foot 265 senior, number 60, lining up at that right tackle spot. First and 10. They go to the other side. Quinn Brown all the way down to the 31-yard line and makes it to the 29 before they get him on the ground. 21-yard pickup.
Look at the speed to the whole Quinn Brown in a blur. Once he breaks that line of scrimmage, he's 5-8 yards down the field in a step, it seems.
11 carries, 69 yards for Quinn Brown.
Came into this game already over 1,100 yards rushing.
Brown breaks a tackle, but not that one. How's that? I think that was Justin Head again. Was it 56?
Howard, good penetration up the field right there. Head just working down the line of scrimmage like a rag doll, throwing Quinn Brown to the ground. Brown only listed at about 160, 155, 160.
Vandegrift told us that Head is their leader on the offensive line. Looks like their leader on the defensive line, too.
Playing off once again, trying to get a read on that zone blocking scheme. It's the defensive front.
Jordan Williams, and Williams dropped at the 22. And that'll be the first carry of the night for Jordan Williams. He's a guy that was going to be their starting quarterback a year ago, got hurt, missed the season, opened the door for Quinn Brown to take over as the starter as a freshman. So Williams, the junior, getting his first snap tonight.
So now we have the full weight of the 4x100 team accounted for with Williams in that carry. Came into this game with 550-plus yards. So very effective running the ball as well.
Swainsboro 3 for 8 on third downs, and this one just got a little bit more difficult.
False start. Offense. 5-yard
Showing pressure, walking up into the line with the linebackers there. Drawing Dakota Blunt, the right guard, to jump off sides. Got to hold your water. If you're Dakota Blunt, this offensive line has done a great job run blocking. Coach Roberts talked about at halftime, just have to stay on schedule. Can't have penalties that put this run game behind.
Now it's a 3rd and 8. Prince showing a lot of pressure. Now they fall back out of it. Keeper Tarver, and Tarver will not pick up the first down. I'm guessing here we're in 4-down territory, Wayne.
This team has been aggressive all night long. They came in with an attitude, really feeling like they can get the job done on the ground. Coach Roberts, it's like he's going to put Ty Adams back in this game, then getting him some rest in this second half, trying to get those legs, keep those legs fresh. He is the better thrower of all the guys that they put at quarterback.
4th and 4. Line to gain is the 19. Handoff, and that is going to be close to a first down. Depends upon the spot. Prince thinks they've stopped Quinn Brown shy of the line to gain. And it looks like they have. They needed 4. They maybe got 3 3/4.
Great surge here by Quinn Brown, running behind his pads.
Yeah, it looked like he needed to get to the 19, and he just got past the 20.
As we talked about, not the biggest of backs, known for his speed. Running in there between the tackles hard, just coming up with about 3 to 4 inches shy, picking up a big first down.
So now less than a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter as Prince comes back on offense and down a field goal. Going to swing it out here to Rogers, and gets chased down by Stewart after about a 4-yard pickup.
We saw this matchup early in the first half, just trying to get Rogers out in space against the bigger middle linebacker Stewart. This time having enough speed, keeping that play from becoming even a bigger gain for the Wolverines.
Pass complete out here to Stockton. He steps out of bounds at the 29. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Out on the edge, testing these corners and these safeties' ability to come up and tackle the ball.
First down carry. Talmadge up to the 35.
Wolverine offense had a lot of success when they play with tempo. When the play comes in and out, take advantage of a fatigue secondary. So many players in that secondary having to play double duty.
Philo pumps it to the sideline. It's caught in stride. Christian, foot race, touchdown.
Ethan Christian, one-on-one out on the outside. Ty Adams, a little pump action there by Philo, and this is just a foot race. Ethan Christian showing you his ability, the senior, to get behind Adams in that situation. Just a go route. Outrunning Adams for the big touchdown to end the quarter.
65 yards on the final play of the third quarter. Puts Prince on top 30-27. They'll try to make it a 4-point lead with Cameron Owens on for the PAT. Carty is the holder. Durning is the snapper. Gets it up and in. 31-27. Ethan Christian fired up.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Regions Bank. Get back in the game with Regions Bank.
At Regions Bank, we're here to listen to your needs, and we'll customize a plan to help you reach your financial goals. Our service to Georgia goes beyond banking to creating more inclusive prosperity in our communities. From education to financial wellness to economic development, we're working to level the playing field so more people can succeed and our communities can thrive.
DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is about all Georgians standing together for substance abuse prevention. Celebrate life. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
Spectacular Thursday night in Atlanta. We're just getting started in the Georgia High School Association State Championships. You better buckle up, Georgia, for the entire weekend. Our first two games tonight, Wayne, have been phenomenal.
Don't tell Prince Avenue and Swainsboro this is the first night. They're playing like all eyes are on them, and rightfully so. Big plays all around. Their big-time players are all stepping up and making huge plays to make this one of the more exciting games we've had all year.
Prince Avenue in the lead for the first time tonight. A little chip shot that's going to be fielded by Stewart. He was thinking about a touchdown just like we saw last week with Mill Creek and Milton.
The big fella known for what he does mostly on defense, here having the courage to step up, take this ball, and was going to try to test his 4.9 speed right there and see how far he could get. But great job of him not backing down from the challenge, going to field that ball, and can't start this quarter with better field position is Ty Adams.
Well, they got Ty Adams out there to take the snaps as we begin the final quarter. And Jordan Williams gets the carry. He picks up 4 down to the 46.
Matt, you got that feeling that maybe Ty Adams was held out of that third quarter to try to do something here in the fourth. Let him catch his breath. We saw how tired and fatigued he was at the end of that first half. His buddy, DeMello Jones, still trying to get back into this game with his hamstring problems.
Only 11 yards rushing for Swainsboro here in the second half. Ty Adams, there he goes again. He might not get caught. Ty Adams' 4th long touchdown run of the night goes 46 yards to put Swainsboro back on top.
Ty Adams once again reminding you, don't call it a comeback, squirting through the hole, trying to make every run a foot race on offense. Big time performance tonight for his 4th touchdown in this game.
PAT up and good. Landon Scott, 3-point lead for Swainsboro again.
Just a RPO, nice kick out block by Foots to Spring, making it a foot race. Riley Carty, 14, chasing him. Nice hole, beautiful hole to run through. Easton Christian out of breath on his side. He's done so much work for his team. And this game is truly turning into what Coach Vandergraaf talked about. Whose win is going to be strong enough to win this game? These guys are giving everything they have to take home a state championship.
206 rushing yards for Ty Adams tonight. 4 touchdowns. He's had 3 touchdown runs of 45-plus yards in the state championship game. Kick fielded at the 16. Oh, what a hit. Britt, that time a little indecision on the return, and LaMarcus Webb made him think about it.
Big time hit by Webb. Josh Britt looking. Hello, Mr. Webb. You can hear that hit all the way up here in the box with us. Nice job there, coverage team. Not sure this game could get any more exciting, but it is all in by both of these teams right now.
Who gets the ball last? That might be the team that wins.
Doing it in 2 different styles offensively. One running the ball, one throwing.
Timeout.
Timeout called by Prince Avenue. That's the first one they've used here in the second half.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign. Celebrate life. Live drug-free. DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is about all Georgians standing together for substance abuse prevention. Celebrate life. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org. Cigna is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna's mission is to improve the health, well-being, and peace of mind of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Respect. It's more than a word. In the U.S. Army, respect is earned every day. Now, in addition to earning respect, you may qualify for more. Information at goarmy.com/bonus or 800 USA Army. Paid for by the U.S. Army.
One minute into the fourth quarter, and Swainsboro on top, 34-31. Prince Avenue, last 6 years in the playoffs. We show you this because it was a loss in 2019 in the second round to eventual state champion Elka that Coach Greg Vandergriff says was the turning point for his program. Up until then, the Chargers of Elka, they were the team to beat. Even though Prince lost that night, he said it made a statement to them that they could play with those guys and beat them. Next year, they won the state championship. Bailey Stockton, man, he took a hit. That was a big hit right there by Quinn Brown.
One of the first times tonight we've seen Bailey Stockton have to absorb a hit. Nice job, Quinn Brown, having to cover a lot of ground to get into the mix of this play. Getting the ball out on the edge to Stockton once again is Philo.
Ball at the 41. Pump fake, throw, complete to Christian. And Christian tackled by Quinn Brown at the 39.
Philo once again going at Gerard Stewart. We talked about Stewart's more in that mold of a true middle linebacker. This time doing it with Ethan Christian, looking off to the right, going back to his slant on the left to Christian. Nice job right there by Philo.
Rogers gets leveled at the 40, takes a loss on the play as Janarian Foots gets the TFL. Looks like they're going to spot it back at the line of scrimmage, so no loss on the play, but no gain either.
Quinn Brown playing safety, bending over, looked like he was trying to maybe stretch out his calves.
Pass is complete to Christian. Spin move down to the 29, close to a first down. Christian with his 5th catch of the game.
Nice job by Christian working out of the slot. Just a quick slant, get the ball in his hand. Great job. Ball behind him right there. A little late with the throw. It's Philo.
And a timeout called by Swainsboro before Prince could run the play. Wayne, Prince has 3 receivers now with over 100 yards in receptions in this game. Britt at 133, Stockton at 118, and Christian at 109.
We talked about both of these teams doing it 2 different ways. Prince Avenue coming into this game with 3 receivers over 1,000 receiving yards. Swainsboro with 5 guys over 500 plus yards rushing, and both teams are doing exactly that tonight. Bailey Stockton, Josh Britt dominant in the pass game out on the edge. You mix in Ethan Christian, and what a dominant air raid performance by Aaron Philo. And when you look at the field and you look at the body language here of the Tigers defensively on that back end, someone up in that defensive line is going to have to maybe get some pressure here and bail that secondary out. They are looking tired chasing these guys.
386 yards passing, Philo on 19 completions. Rogers, that's a first down carry for Keon Rogers. Rogers is a guy that came to Prince from Clark Central. He didn't play football at Clark Central. Played JV last year as a junior. Philo going up top, and Bailey Stockton, spectacular catch over his shoulders for the touchdown.
Once again, Bailey Stockton, Aaron Philo, his brilliant quarterback, working that one-on-one matchup, trusting his receiver. Fade route to the back of the end zone. Great concentration over that bad collarbone. Dropping that ball. Great job right there coming up with that reception. You can see him still hanging that left arm that is heavily wrapped.
And the PAT up and good by Owens makes it 38-34, 27-yard strike. You can't throw a better ball than that. to Bailey Stockton.
Just working out of the slot, getting a step there on Bryson Tarver. We talked about Stockton and his speed. One of the few players on this Wolverine team that could match the speed and get behind this secondary, and he's done it consistently all night long right there. Looks like they're just maybe making sure everything is still intact, the padding, what a heroic performance that young man right there has put on tonight. Toughness could never be questioned. We didn't know how much and how long we were going to get to see him, but what a brilliant night. Thank you so far, Bailey Stockton.
Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign scoring drive. Fair caught. Bailey Stockton. Quite honestly, when Coach told us that Bailey was going to play, and we were sworn to confidence, of course, until game time, that I thought he really would probably only be used as a decoy. He's been a lot more than that. Now Swainsboro back on offense. 1st and 10. Jordan Williams shoots through the defense. He's one step away and finally gets brought down at the 35.
Inserting DeMello Jones back at quarterback, can barely run, as you can see him limping, but handing the ball off to Jordan Williams. Another one of those track guys, 5'9", 160, explosive speed.
325 yards rushing for Swainsboro tonight.
Gutting it out is Jones back at quarterback. Not sure how effective he will be running the ball, but giving Ty Adams a break.
He's going to try to run. You can see he doesn't have the same kind of burst. And he gets dropped. Christian Garrett there to jam it up.
And those two plays was just to try to give Ty Adams a break. You can see Jones. Those cramps have moved up to his hamstrings. They were in his calves. And as I said, it's just one of those things. Once it starts in your body, it doesn't get any better. It only gets worse. Maybe you can get a play or two as that. But just to give his buddy Ty Adams a break, now back at quarterback.
Jordan Williams going to get dragged down. Uriah Howard with the TFL.
Big time penetration. The dog, Uriah Howard, up the field. This time not going to let them execute that outside zone. Darius Phillips, the left tackle, getting pushed into the backfield.
7 tackles, 3 TFL for Uriah Howard tonight. Recently committed to Charleston Southern. It's 3rd down and 13. Adams in there, quarterback throwing deep and intercepted by Britt at the 5-yard line. A Gordy Lockbaum type performance from Josh Britt tonight.
Just trying to sneak Jordan Williams down the sideline. Ty Adams on this throw right here really just wants to air this ball out, threw the ball short. Josh Britt with a performance in the years that have just become legendary. No one will believe he played on both sides of the ball with this kind of impact. But a great job sticking with his responsibility, trailing Jordan Williams down the sideline, coming up with an interception.
Now Prince, the ball and the lead. Stockton goes in motion. And Talmadge gets about 9 on the play. Now, can Prince run the clock?
And Matt, you see DeMello Jones out there, number 1, not really sure what he can do. He can barely, seems like he can barely move hash mark to hash mark, let alone sideline to sideline. This Wolverine offense is still attacking out on the edge, putting all the pressure on the secondary to make plays. Trying to go with Stockton in motion there is Jones.
Philo going to get dropped by Starnes, but he does pick up the first down at the 18. Let's check in with Nikki.
Matt, Wayne, I've seen DeMello get his calves rolled just about all game. I know you guys have been talking about the cramps, and then it moved up to his left hamstring. He was laying on his stomach, getting stretched out, and then he heard the pick happen. He slammed the ground out of intense frustration, and then when the change of possession happened, as you can see, he went right back out into the ballgame. He's not giving up.
Thanks, Nikki. Under 6 to go in regulation. Prince with the 4-point lead. And the Wolverines running that play clock down as far as they can go. It's under 5 now. Talmadge with the ball wrapped up. Picks up 8.
Nice job of Talmadge there running behind his pads. Just kind of getting lost in the shuffle of the big offensive line here. They haven't run the ball a lot tonight, but they have made some good positive runs when they have been called upon.
Talmadge gets another first down.
And you can see DeMello Jones waving to get someone in for him. Quinn Brown going in for him at that safety position. It's just not going to happen on a play-to-play basis. It's going through both legs now for Jones.
Talmadge gets hit in the backfield. They needed that because the Wolverines are draining the clock. That was Foots who knifed in there and got the stop. 2nd down and 11.
Trying to get this game shortened. Prince Avenue. 2nd and long here. This defensive line working hard. Got to get some pressure on Philo.
Toss goes to Talmadge, trying to get around the edge, and Quinn Brown make that Dorian Foots, who had just, or Quinn Brown had just come in the game, but Dorian Foots over there, man in that cornerback position, makes a nice open field tackle. They got to get one more stop here to get the ball back. Prince has done a really good job since that interception by Britt of running the clock down. It's now under 4 minutes to go.
Showing pressure. Foots and Stewart walking up to the line.
That's still 8 seconds on the play clock. Now they snap it. And first down and more. Britt racing towards the end zone. Britt will score another touchdown for Prince Avenue.
Aaron Philo, the decision maker, the maestro of this offense, working it once again. This time going back to his buddy Josh Britt, who once again working on Gerard Stewart, making it into a foot race.
$68 yards for Britt. And the kick is up and good, and now Prince Avenue has bought them some space. 11-point lead. Josh Britt with his 3rd reception touchdown of the game.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
Record-breaking winds and rainfalls combined in the area last night as an unexpected...
Hey, Danny. Y'all make it through the storm last night? Don't worry, I'm on my way. Let's go to work, Lucky.
It's good to be lucky. It's better to have Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance.
We are Farm Bureau.
Our number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
Be on the lookout for GPB in your community. From events for the entire family to exclusive
Commute with confidence. Express can take you to and from work. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. More information at expressga.com. A proud supporter of high school athletics.
This game is far from over, but Prince has now taken a 2-score lead, 45-34. That guy right there, Josh Britt, with a game for the ages. 201 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, has over 10 tackles, a strip, forced fumble, interception. He's been absolutely amazing. And how do you choose a Georgia Cotton Commission player of the game? And Philo's got 481 passing.
I have to cut the towel up tonight, man. I have to cut it up into threes.
We'll make them return here by Jordan Williams. Like I said, the game is far from over. Williams takes it all the way back to the kicking tee.
Great job of Williams. Only 3:25 left in this game. Fielding the ball, they've had some issues on their return team this time. Just all about his talent out in the open field. Jordan Williams, big time return to give his team a chance here.
Yeah, 42-yard return right there. And Jordan Williams didn't even get a carry until the third quarter.
Adams, DeMello Jones in the backfield.
DeMello Jones can't even run the play fake. Pass is broken up by Ethan Christian. I mean, DeMello Jones, he can't even run the play, and he's just the play fake.
Couldn't even make it across the field on the fake, trying to get the ball deep once again. Ty Adams.
Disappointing night for that young man, I know, because he's such an amazing player, has not been able to compete at 100%. And here in the second half, hardly been able to compete at all. Goes to Deloach, breaks a tackle. They get him on the ground at the 42. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Trying to test the outside, get the ball in to Deloach's hands. Let his athleticism make a big play, but they're going to have to continue to try to work this ball down the field.
They do have 2 timeouts remaining that they can save for defense. They got to score, though. Adams going to take off and run, and he is able to manage to weave his way through 4 defenders and make it 4th down and 2 at the 34. Any chance that they have remaining rests on their ability to convert this into a 1st down. Adams fires, and was it caught? No, incomplete. Hit the ground. Ball will go over to Prince Avenue.
Nice job there by Nobles, getting to the sticks, finding that soft area to catch the ball. Just a low throw here by Ty Adams. At the shoelaces there of Nobles, not able to come up with the catch.
And what a performance by Ty Adams in the final game of his high school football career. National Signing Day coming up on December 21st. He is committed to North Carolina. Four rushing touchdowns for Ty Adams. 3 of them go for 45+ yards. Talmadge right up the middle. And he is going to score the touchdown. 66 yards to put the cherry on top.
Great job by the offensive line. Howard and Head inside. Good year over there at right tackle. Nobody in the back of this defense on the back end. Talmadge looking around. He knows someone's coming. Do I have enough speed to get to the end zone? Yes, I do. The nail in the coffin right there by Prince Avenue.
And the final score is not going to look anything like what this game was like. 52-34. And the trophy awaits Prince Avenue for the second time in 3 years.
Matt, I'm not sure that we saw any regular touchdowns tonight. Did we just see a regular...
A 10-play, 80-yard drive, 2-yard touchdown run?
Somebody jump in the end zone? No, I don't think so. Everything was 25, 30 yards, big play, someone chasing. Wow, what a game here by Prince Avenue and Swainsboro. You're right, Matt. The final score will make it seem like it was a different game.
Well, you know, when we did our Zoom call with Coach earlier this week, Nikki asked Coach Vandegrift, you know, there'll be a lot of people watching tonight that have never seen Prince Avenue before. What do you hope to show them? And he says, I hope to show them the best offense in the state, maybe in the country, and we do it without 4 and 5 stars. Kick is bouncing free and fielded at the 25. Let's send it down to Nikki.
Matt, and to add what Coach Vandegrift said, he said, look, getting here, we've got to finish the drill. He's like, that in itself is a sense of an accomplishment. He goes, we're thrilled to get here, but we're also shocked. We made a few rough plays to get here. He said, we've been #1, though, the entire season, and we just have to finish it off the right way. I want to send these guys out with a championship. So a little bit of a mix, if you will, from this season.
Yeah, he said we lose the pregame every game.
Yeah, he did.
We lose the pregame, we win the postgame. And they're going to win the postgame again here today in the final game of the season. Ty Adams, does he have another touchdown run in him? Gets shoved out of bounds by Mac Bradley.
And you definitely have to tip your cap to Coach Vandegrift. Last game, state championship game, coach comes in, we talk to him, he talks about, well, I'm going to get the other team tired. And you're sitting there like, well, we're in the last game. That's something usually you hear in the first couple of games. But the effect that him stretching the field offensively had on this Swainsboro team offensively showed up in this game late.
Yep, because they have so many guys going both ways. It played out just as Coach Vandegrift had hoped. You saw it with DeMello Jones and the cramps. And he just couldn't even finish the game. Jordan Williams. Flag out with 1:47 left on the clock. But what a spectacular season also for Swainsboro. Undefeated until tonight. They're 2 years removed from a 4-7 season where they had to play a lot of these guys.
We have a legal
that are now
shift.
seniors had
Offense.
to play
5-yard
as
penalty.
freshmen. Those seniors were sophomores. The juniors were freshmen, and they really took their lumps. They went 4-7, and he says you find out in a big hurry who's with you or who's with you just when you're winning.
Yeah, this team has done a great job, especially the style in which offensively they come into a game. Challenging teams. They're going to run the ball, the outside zone play. They do it in a great way, and they dare you to stop it.
Ty Adams runs it down to the 42. I don't know that we've ever had a more deserving Georgia Cotton Commission candidate from a losing team than we have from Ty Adams. I mean, the guy's going to scored 4 touchdowns tonight, over 200 yards rushing, and he won't be the Georgia Cotton Commission player of the game. Sack coming from Keon Rogers on the blind side as the clock goes under a minute to play.
Ty Adams, as a senior, headed to UNC, all in to try to help his team win tonight. Always hate to see someone come up on the losing end.
And now it's going to be 4th down.
And we talked about it in the first half. You could see the fatigue of him having to flip over and play safety. Those legs got tired on him, but what a dynamic senior season that he had. Headed to UNC as a cornerback.
This is probably the final play of the season for these two teams. They'll drop a flag with 11 seconds.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat.
We've
4th
got
down.
3 more state championships for you tomorrow, starting at noon. And the 2A championship, Fitzgerald trying to go back-to-back. The Thompson Bulldogs standing in the way. And then Benedictine and Cedartown in the 4A. Adams going to throw a pass on the final play of the game. And for the second time in 3 years, the Prince Avenue Christian Wolverines are the state champions.
Outstanding performance by this Wolverine team. Offensive octane all night long. Brilliant quarterback play. Big play receivers. So much excitement in this game. Coach Vandegrift and his team delivering. He had so much confidence that his team could come in here and get this victory. Bailey Stockton, there was ever a bigger heart performance than that young man put out tonight. I haven't seen it, especially at this level, to go out, broken collarbone 2 weeks ago. And outside of Josh Britt's performance tonight, definitely a guy that deserves player of the game in so many ways. It's a privilege just to see a young man come out and play that hard and sacrifice for his team.
No doubt about it. Runner-up trophy is going to go to Swainsboro. It's their first state final since 2000, and they represented well. They'll come up a win short here in 2022. But a Prince Avenue team that was wire to wire, #1 in the state, finishes up 14-0. And I'm going to be interested to see what happens with Bailey Stockton over the next couple of weeks. National Signing Day, of course, the first one coming up on December 21st. I think the second signing day, the first Wednesday of February, is going to be significant for a lot of these players that aren't the superstar players because of the transfer portal and the new rules you got there. I think some players are going to find some landing spots in February. It'll be exciting to see what happens with that guy. But if you're a college